Tonight we got Brother Hassan back on the live with us, back on the show. Greetings to everyone, guys, wherever you're watching from. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. As you come in, guys, please share the live. Tell a friend that we are on. And don't forget to hit the like button. Brother Hassan, introduce yourself again to the audience for those that was expecting you to come back and for those who did not get to see the first show to get an update on who you are.
All right. Peace, Black family. I hear. Is there like an audio in the back?
No, I hear you good.
Okay. I hear something in the back.
Is
Sounds
it
like.
you?
Give me
It's
one
probably
second.
your phone.
Hold on. Okay. There's like a commercial playing in the back. Peace, Black family. So my name is Brother Hassan. Again, hailing from Dade County, Florida, to be exact, of Haitian descent. Benin descent, and I am 100% an African today, tomorrow, and forever. That will not change. And that's essentially who I am. I've been an educator for quite some time, and a so-called teacher in Western standards. One of my main focuses is African history, African culture, and Haiti happens to be one of those African uh, cultures and histories that I talk about the most.
Awesome. From the last time we had the show, what's been up since then? Have you gotten the books? What have you gotten in place to update us on in reference to Brother Hassan that we're waiting on?
Right now, still working on the books, the literature, things like that. I want to do an up and coming lecture about what's going on in Haiti to kind of give people an in-depth analysis of how we got where we are and some things that we can do to move out of where we're at. So thinking about putting a lecture together. I've already done 2 lectures, about 5 hours in total, called The Hidden History of Haiti, dropping a lot of information about Haitian history and some of the things that have been taking place. They're on YouTube if anybody want to check them out.
How do you think we have gotten to where we are at? Now, I'm asking almost every guest that because from the last time we were here on the show, things were not where we're at today. How do you think we got to where we're at?
From a historical point, going into history, we got to where we are by not properly understanding racism, white supremacy, what it is, how it functions, and essentially being a confused people, just like every other Black person within the diaspora and on the continent, not understanding properly what racism, white supremacy is, how it functions, and how it works on an everyday basis, down to the microaggressions, even down to the stealing the resources. We and other people have gotten to where we are because we don't understand that mechanism and how it works.
Do you think that racism is still relevant and very much alive today? And can you kind of be a little detailed for those who are watching? And why?
So racism, white supremacy, yes. To answer your question, yes, racism, white supremacy is alive and kicking. And when I say supremacy, I don't mean supreme as if they are better than us. I mean supreme in the sense they have a more uniform system, a more uniform way of thinking when it comes to how they deal with Black African people. Racism, white supremacy is 100% alive. There is no real Wakanda in the world. There is no Black place that, like, we have all the resources in the world, right? But with all those resources, most of our countries are still the most poorest countries compared to European countries. But we have all the resources. Racism, white supremacy works in 10 areas of human activity. This comes from Dr. Francis Cress Welsing and Nellie Fuller Jr. Racist white supremacy works in economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, war, and healthcare. All those things are dominated and controlled by the system of racism, white supremacy. See, when we talk about racism, we speak of it as if it is illusion. We say things like, oh, well, it's the system. But then you have to ask yourself, who is running this system, right? We can't make it this boogeyman thing where it's like, oh, well, it's just the system. It's the system. Well, who's running the system? And it comes down to white people, Yurugus. That's simple as you can put it. So we can't beat around with it. A lot of times we play around with it, we tiptoe around it, and we try to change little things here and there. And it doesn't matter what your main focus is. If you're focused on health and being a vegan and living a natural life, you need to be fighting racism and white supremacy, because they are the ones that got the FDA, who's poisoning the water, who's poisoning the food, who's dropping those little Asian bikes in Haiti that's polluting the air. Like, no matter what your thing is, you need to be fighting racism and white supremacy, because they are the ones who are actively attacking us on a daily basis. So yes, racism is 100% alive. The thing about it is, it has become more covert than anything. And in some cases it's overt, but it's become more covert. And the thing about it is that when you are able to have a people destroy themselves, right, in some sense, the blame will never come back to you. And so that's one of the unique things about the system of racism and white supremacy, that it works on an illusionist scale, where you have people saying, well, it's our fault. It's our fault. And it's like, nah, I don't know any, black gun dealers. I don't know any black, gun manufacturers. I don't know any, black people who own poppy fields full of cocaine. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are these getting into our neighborhoods, And then when you add on the self-hatred on top of that, right, then you get the violence, and then you get the things like that. So it's a very slick system where it'll allow you the freedom of speech. Right? The system will allow you the freedom of speech, until a lot of black people start going to TikTok and start making these TikTok videos and start going viral around the world. Now it's, oh, whoa, 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 let's ban TikTok. We not liking TikTok because it's not like Facebook. It's not like Instagram where they could take. No, it's owned by China. And China say, hey, go ahead, talk your stuff. Talk your stuff. Because we already got an issue with the United States. But now, when you see black people like doing millions of numbers on TikTok, you start seeing now they want to ban TikTok. So it's a very slick system. If you don't pay attention, I know I'm speeding. Go ahead.
Don't go too fast, because
go ahead.
I want to ask another question, guys. 34 watching, 16 likes. Please share the live as you come in, guys. Show your support, show your love, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button as you come in, and please share, guys, and interact. You said all that you said about racism. I got a lot that's going through my mind. But do you foresee racism coming to an end, or is it a sense of power that white? And when we say that, some people may get, because not everybody is like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
you say what now?
Not all white people are racist. So that's my opinion.
Now, you're more than welcome to your opinion. Let me just draw my opinion to that, right? So, in a system, in any system, you have what is called, I'm going to say, the good cop and the bad cop, right? The good cop and the bad cop. The good cop is there to make you feel comfortable, to make you feel less on edge. The bad cop is like, you going to jail. I'm taking you to jail, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. At the end of the day, they still have the same objective. And that objective is to send you to jail. So when you talk about good white people and bad white people, so-called good white people open the door up for bad white people, right? And their objective is still to rule over you. The white liberal, as Malcolm has taught us, the white liberal is no different from the outright racist. Their objective is still to rule over you. Their objective is still to come into your community, tell you how to vote. Oh, if you don't vote Biden, you ain't black. You know, you need to be doing this and you need to be doing that, and abortions need to be in your community, and you need to be doing. Their objective is still to fight and to rule over you, even if they're fighting each other to fight to rule over you. That's not going to change. Good white people, bad white people, same thing. It ain't no different. Their objective is still to rule and dominate and control black people. To have what was the brother King Calvin
King Kevin.
King Kevin was saying last time, he was using the word paternalism, right? And paternalism just means that you deal with someone in a parent position, that you feel like you have authority over them. And that's how white people deal with African people, in a paternalistic position. Like, I know what's best for you. I tell you what to do. You don't have this. So it don't matter if they the outright racist, or it don't matter if they the closet racist or the liberal racist. Their agenda is still to rule over you. It's still to come in and gentrify your communities, to kick you out of little Haiti, to kick you out of whatever black community you have. Because look, the good white people be the ones doing it. They'll come in riding their little bikes, walking their little dogs, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not racist." And the next thing you know, your neighborhood gone. But those are the good white people, right? So at the end of the day, I've always said this: the day that white people want racism to end, it will end tomorrow, because they are the only ones practicing it. So there is no such thing, technically speaking, as a good white person. They all have the same objective, and that's to rule and dominate African people.
Do you don't think that there is black racist people?
I think that black people can believe in white supremacy, that they can believe that white is better, that white is dominant, that white people should be on top. They could be self-hating. I do believe that they are victims of white supremacy. But yeah, I believe that there are some misguided Africans who hate themselves because of the system of racism and white supremacy. They hate anything black. You know, they don't care for it. And that comes directly from being in a racist culture, in a racist society.
Black men, to me, are endangered. And we're seeing it more and more, where black men stand up, whether on TikTok, whether on Instagram, wherever they're at, belittling black women. And openly, I remember the last time you were here, I wanted us to speak about that. Why do you think that black men who black women like myself, of course not me, I'm not that old, but like myself, is your mother, carried you 9 months, raised you, went through whatever for you to get to where you at, to openly say that they will not date black women. They build a group, and it is directed towards black women. For the life of me, I just don't, and I can't. And this is just my opinion, guys. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. Please share the live, guys. For the life of me, I don't want to say it's self-hate, but this is from a woman's perspective, because you are a man, you can speak more for a man. These men are intelligent men, men who are successful.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that is happening more and more in our community?
So first, I want to start with a quote from Dr. Amos Wilson, where he says, "In order to understand a problem, you first have to see who benefits from the problem." So first, we look at who benefits from us having broken black families, right? Who benefits from the black man and black woman being at odds with one another? Who benefits when we are fighting, when the black man and the black woman can't come together like we did in the 50s and the 60s and during slavery? Who benefits from that? Not us. Somebody's benefiting, somebody's promoting, someone's coming in and saying, "Oh, child support, food stamps, you can't get that if you got a man in the house." So there are systemic things put in place to keep us at odds against one another, right? It's not us who's benefiting from it. It is an agenda to keep the black man and the black woman separated. And when we realize, as black men and black women, we have a common enemy, right? White supremacy, Yorugus, whatever you want to classify them as. Then we will come together as a people. But until they're able to pull the feminist part of the black community away, they're able to pull the misogynistic black part of our community away, the whatever community they're able to pick apart and then have us fighting each other, they're always going to be on top. That number one. So in order to understand a problem in society, you first have to understand who benefits from that problem. There's no such thing as individual problems. There are problems that play themselves out in individuals, social problems that play themselves out in individuals. And I also want to, okay, so I answered that question. I also want to add this in, and this is not to put any blame or shame. We're having an honest, open dialogue conversation. I was just having this conversation with someone earlier today. Because we're in a system of racism, white supremacy, right, and we never let racism, white supremacy off the hook. But one thing we must understand as African people is that we have to see an apple as an apple and not an apple as an orange. We have to start looking at things realistically, right? As Black African people, we teach each other how to treat each other. If you say to me right now, oh, Hassan, I know how men is because I got brothers. You know what I would say? You right. I got you. I know what you're saying. We be dogging, we be playing, we be getting girls' numbers. I understand that. But if I say right now, I got sisters. I got sisters. I seen men drop McDonald's off, and then another man come pay the rent, and another man come fix her car, and another man. So if we seeing the women that we care about in our families, our cousins, our nieces, and do things like this with men, how are we supposed to deal with the woman that we don't even know like that on an honest, open perspective? We see the women we care about do these type of things. We gotta start seeing things for what they is. If a man is a chauvinist and beats women, he was raised by a woman, that's a problem. That's a problem. A lot of men learn colorism from their mothers. How they talk about women's hair, how they talk about women's skin color. We learn that from our mothers. Now, I'm not blaming the women because I understand we live in a system of racism and white supremacy. But when it comes down to how things are shaped in our eyes, women have to say, I did that in front of my brother. So now I see why my brother don't trust women. It ain't always the woman he dating. Sometimes it's the woman he related to. Sometimes it's the woman who raised him. Sometimes it's the woman he's seen in his community, how they act, that make us be like, I got sisters. I know how y'all be doing it. Because on the opposite side, you can say, you know how men are because you got brothers, you got cousins, and we can accept that. So we just got to start seeing an orange for orange, an apple for apple, and just start being real about certain situations. We teach each other how to treat each other.
Good answer. I want to hit on Maxine. Hello, Maxine. How's it going? My sister say the truth is that Black women are more aggressive and difficult to deal with. We hear that a lot, especially from African American women. What do you say when somebody says that?
The thing about it is it's not that. See, our women are warriors. Our women are warriors, hands down. And a lot of Black men, like I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna be honest. People could call me a simp. They could say a lot of Black men be on some BS. A lot of Black men don't be standing on their square. A lot of Black men don't be standing alpha male. Like we really have to get back to the idea of ceremonies to manhood. I forgot. I'm drawing a blank of the name right now. It's a ceremony when you go through to become a man or whatever. But we need to get back to that because a lot of men are growing older, but they not really men. And so a lot of our women have to step up to be. I can't hear you.
No. You good. You good.
Okay. A lot of women have to step up to be masculine. See, the thing about it is everyone fears the Black man. Everyone, the Asian, the white man, the Hispanic, everybody fears the Black man because when you look at us, we are the definition of what a real man is when we're properly in our masculinity. The only person who doesn't fear us is the Black woman because the Black woman is our equal. So the Black woman has to be dominant if we are not in our right masculinity to protect them. I see too many, and not all black men, but I see too many black men standing around while black women are fighting, screaming out "World Star," or a white person disrespecting them, beating them up in the store, and they recording it. Like, what? Like, we can't be on that type of time. And I get it. Everybody's like, "Oh, I'm not violent, or I'm not this way," but see that sister as your mother, as and you, if you let your mama get slapped, something wrong with you. But our women are not masculine. Our women are our match, and that's the problem that a lot of men are having. They are our match. They are made for us. The God created them for us. And I just don't want to say Black American women, because Haitian women are equally fwicking. They equally, I'ma get in your, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have a mouth on them, right? That's just our women. African women in general, they are our match. Not too much. They are our match.
Hassan, I must speak from a woman's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Being raised by a Haitian woman who she may be watching, but mom is very submissive. I have actually never seen my mother raise her voice at my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Never. And in our culture, women from when we're little were raised to respect our men. And a lot of the time when we hear this conversation, it refers to African American women, Black women, and then they put all Black women, because if you go to Ghana, you go to Kenya, I've studied a different culture there. To
So let me.
where, hold on, to where they are even, they're into something completely different. And I'm surprised. I'm like, wow, these women are like so emotionally strong for what we're not built to deal with our men having 2, 3 wives and we all get along. This is something that, so when you're looking at the culture, it is different. So let's get back to African American women. Do you think that is the culture in the United States? Do you think the media as a whole play a part into women attitude and things that is pushed into the Black community as well? Because Black men, I don't want to go on, because Black men long to be treated as a king. And you guys travel abroad, and that's when another thing, but they're looking for femininity. Do
Mm-hmm.
you think that the media have taken that away? America, um, that do you think they've taken that away from a lot of women?
So I'm gonna say this: where Black American goes, the Black diaspora follows. Right. So if you're saying that the issue is more directed toward Black American women and Black American culture, for lack of better words, and television, then wherever Black America goes, the Black diaspora goes as well. Because I can guarantee you, I've dated Haitian women directly from Haiti. I've dated Haitian women born here, and the attitude is the same. So I've dated Trinidadian women. I've dated Black American women. Literally, it's the same. Like, when you hear Haitian women say "Mete su tête babao," that's like they have a slick mouth. And now, your mom's generation might be different. Your mom's generation might be different, where they cook, clean, and then, and if you wasn't a wife, they send you back home. You know, I know all about all that. But I'm talking about now, right? It's not
Mhm.
that. It's not that. It's not that at all. It's not that for the Haitian Black men. It's not that for the Haitian women. All right. We are having huge issues in our community. So I just don't want to put it on Black Americans, right? Because it's not just their problem. I'm an African. Whatever they pumping into the Black American community, they pumping it in
It's
our
our
community.
problem. Yeah.
Yes, it's our problem as well. Whatever they pumping in Ghana, they go drop it in Jamaica. So if they're creating issues amongst Black American relationships, then you believe when we born here in the United States, we gonna have problems in Black American relationships. As Haitian descendants. So I don't like to get into those conversations of Black American, Haitian, Jamaican, because they get and they're valid points. Don't get me wrong, they're valid points. But a lot of times they get watered down and they get finger pointing and things like that. So I try not to get into those conversations, although they are valid points, but it's a us problem. It's really a us problem because we grew up watching Martin. Now you go to Haiti. Last time I went to Haiti, they was listening to Young Jeezy. They was listening to trap music, and I'm looking like, hey, and they probably don't even know the words what they saying. But they're like, nigga dog, what's up, my nigga dog, way in Haiti. So when we just think locally and we just be like, oh, no, it's our problem. It's our problem.
It's our problem.
It's
Well, I
our
wanted
problem.
us to touch base on this because that was something that came up at the end of our last show. Thank you guys. 105 in the house, guys. Please share the live, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button as you come in. So we're gonna go into Haiti. Thank you guys for all of the comments. I don't want us to stay on this subject. I just wanted us to touch base. Welcome, Silver Fox, Arlene, Maxine. Welcome, everyone. Tactical Precision Training LLC. Welcome, guys. Welcome, MK Ultra. Welcome, Mubarak. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Glenn, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for your comments. We're going to move on, and at the end, we will get back to TikTok. Hold on, let me touch base on this. Let's Maverick made. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for the love tonight on Life in Haiti, for the continuous love. Black women, the only women worldwide that has to go outside her community for opportunities. Because Black men fail to work together to create opportunities for women and children worldwide. I love that comment. I do believe that Black women, we are not protected enough. At times, just as you mentioned, and I want to get off this subject, but we are not protected enough. People always say that, and I know that there is some with an attitude, yada yada yada. But you said a mouthful right there, a mouthful. Thank you for that super chat as well as thank you for that statement. Black men, we need you guys to stand up more and be the king that you are within our community as we move forward to Haiti. We sure need more examples of Black kings in Haiti. Have you been keeping up with the currents here in Haiti?
I've been trying to, but not. There's a lot going on. I've been trying to, but not as much as I would like to. I mean, I've heard the statements about, cannibalism, how they've been saying, barbecue and other people are practicing cannibalism. But I mean, statements like that go all the way back to Thomas Jefferson. If you read some of the first things that Thomas Jefferson wrote about Haiti, one of the things that he said was Toussaint, the leader of the cannibals, right? And this comes out of that level of propaganda. So I'm gonna kind of just dive into something right quick. And we get the title of it is Why Haiti, the poorest, country in the Western Hemisphere. And that's important to understand because, and I know people are like, oh my gosh, why y'all still talking about, 1804, y'all won y'all independence. But I think people fail to realize how powerful that revolution was and what it did to the idea of racism, white supremacy, right? So if you go back to early American Black American literature. And that's one of the ways that I actually came into like studying Haitian history, right? Is through Black American literature. I would read, things like, so here's the thing, growing up in the United States, and here's what people must understand. Growing up in the United States, me sitting in the classroom next to a Black American or a Jamaican, we are learning about Martin Luther King. It wasn't like, oh, you Haitian, Hassan, go learn Haitian history or go learn, this history. It was, we're learning Black American history. So the way that I came into learning Haitian history is through studying Black American history, through studying W.E. Du Bois, W.E.B. Du Bois, through studying Frederick Douglass, right? Through studying these Black American pioneers. I kept on saying, why are you talking about Haiti like this? Like what's this about Haiti? Like I don't know, because again, most of our parents, they only know the basics too. 1804, Toussaint, Dessalines, that's all they know. They don't know the in-depth stuff either, right? So I would ask my mom, and she ain't really know much about much. So through studying Frederick Douglass and other Black American scholars, it led me to Haiti, right? And what Haiti did is that it shattered the perception of racism, white supremacy. So what happened is, when Blacks in America were saying, look, we don't, in the North, whatever, they were saying, look, we don't want to be slaves. We don't deserve to be slaves. We fighting for our freedom and things like that. They would use Haiti as an example to say, look, they have their own country. They're ruling themselves. They are doing great for themselves, right? And this was a tactic that abolitionists will use throughout history. They will use Haiti as an example. So what Thomas Jefferson and other presidents after that had to do is to downgrade Haiti, to put things in the newspaper about cannibalism and these things, and and even up in when Alexander Pétion allowed African Americans to come, and that's when it really started, when they opened the door for African Americans to come to Haiti. And let it be known, I just want to make this very clear for historical reasons. Haiti is the only country in the world in its first constitution that has a decree in there for African Americans. Haiti is the only, not even an American constitution has something in it for Black Americans. Now they amended it down the line and put things in, but when Haiti wrote its constitution, it said any Black American that makes it to Haiti will be free, and we will protect your freedom, and we will fight to protect your freedom, and you will get land, coffee, and resources. That's in the first constitution of Haiti. Haiti's the only one that ever did that, right? So now you have Black Americans escaping there, and this is where the drama becomes in at, right? Because you're now taking the working class people from the United States. See, we can talk about, oh, white people don't want us here. White people don't want us. White people surely want us here. You believe me? Because they don't want to work no harder than they got to work. They definitely want the immigrant class here. They might act like they don't want you here, because if they didn't want you here, they wouldn't attack people like Marcus Garvey, and they wouldn't attack Haiti when Haiti was giving free land away. They wouldn't have attacked Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah, when Kwame Nkrumah was telling Black Americans to come to Ghana, anytime any country is talking about taking Black Americans away, oh, you better believe they in trouble. You better believe their government is finna get overthrown, because you taking away the class of people who were brought here to be the servant class in this country. And so Haiti represented a beacon of hope, right, for Black Americans and for Africans in general, but for Black Americans. And so that sent shockwaves through the United States. When you read the diary of Nat Turner, when you read Denmark Vesey, when you read Gabriel Prosser, all these men talk about escaping to Haiti, starting a rebellion and escaping to Haiti. This is all throughout the South. Now, I'm not saying that Black Americans weren't fighting already. Of course, we know about the Seminole Wars and things like that. But Haiti really destroyed the image of white supremacy, where it was like, yeah, we can govern and rule our own self. We don't need to be paternalistic. We don't need white people to rule over us. And so from that point on, they always had to damage the image of Haiti. Remember, Haiti still... I know. Give me 2 more minutes. Give me 2 more minutes. Give me 2 more minutes.
You're good. You're good. Keep going.
Give me 2 more minutes.
You good. I'm
the
listening.
Culture.
I'm not telling you to stop speaking. I am listening. No, I'm listening.
The culture of Haiti, right? When you talk about a culture, starts off with a seed, with the asili. Marimba Ani talks about this. Like how you start something is how it finishes, right? So this country, the United States, was built on slavery, murder, incarceration, whatever. We're still dealing with that to this day. Because how it started. It started on injustice. It started on racism. That is always going to be the foundation of the United States. Always going to be the foundation. No matter how they make it, twist it, flip it, that's always going to be the case. Half our population in the United States is incarcerated or under some form of prison supervision, whether it be probation, whether it be house arrest. Like we rule the world in mass incarceration because that's what this country was founded on, right? If you look at what Haiti was founded on, revolution. It was the principal core of the Haiti's culture is revolution. So we in 2024 and we still fighting and killing in the streets because our culture was founded on revolution. Haitian people ain't no people you could just play with like that. We will burn everything down. We will tear everything up in the streets because if I can't live happy, oh no, you can't have it because that's our culture. That's what the seed of what we came from. Even when you look at our language, when Haitians say "ça passe," what they say?
Naboule.
Naboule. We burning. We burning. That is the culture. When you look at the etymology of our language, it comes from a revolutionary standpoint. What's going on? We burning. That don't even make sense in this day and age. But if you understand how the culture came, etymology, how the words form in Haitian culture, then you will understand why we are the way we are. So revolution is a part of our culture. That's not going to change. We need to figure out how to revolt and not destroy what we need to survive as a people. Haiti needs to be for Haitians. Haiti don't need to be the new Jamaica. Haiti don't need to be the United States. Haiti don't need democracy. Haiti needs to figure out what works for Haiti. Don't copy what somebody else is doing. We don't need the big skyscrapers in Haiti. We don't need this. We can be an agricultural people. We could be a people who grow our own food. We don't have to have the Bentleys. This is what white people trick us at. Oh, you're not successful if you don't have this. Haiti not successful because they're not doing this. Let Haiti be Haiti. Let us be us and how we do us. But the problem is we have a lot of Haitians who think if we're not copying white people, we're not successful. If you're not studying in France, you're not successful. Why can't we be an agricultural people? Why can't we be a people who just grow our food and farm? Why we got to have all the Bell Botte and the Lexuses and the Jeeps? And why we got to have that for it? To be successful? When you chasing your tail, you always going to be running in a circle. When white people got you chasing what they got, you always going to be running in a circle. And that's Haiti's problem. They run in a circle trying to be white people. You trying to have democracy and a judge and a government? Get out of here with that. It's not even working for white people. Look at this country. Just a few years ago, they ran up in the White House. They ran up in the state buildings. It's not even working for them. Why are you trying to copy them? Let's figure out what works for us. Maybe a dictatorship does work for us. Maybe Haitians need Zoclox in the head. Shut up. Get in line. Maybe that's what we need. I don't know. But copying white people ain't it. Copying white people ain't it.
As you mentioned, we are revolutionaries. Is that the word?
Revolutionary, yeah. It's in our culture.
Okay. And today is something anybody that turn on possibly CNN, any of those big news, we're seeing Haiti. And you guys tuning in to we got 121 watching. Don't forget, guys, to share the live. Please subscribe if you are new here, which is why I accepted to put the poorest country in the West Hemisphere. Then why? Because we are not. But I know some people are going to be happy to see that, but that's so untrue. How do we get away from Mabule? Because, in my opinion, we don't have to copy anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But Mabule is not working for us. Like, I have some footages, Hassan. It breaks my heart to share to the world with how much our community, we ourselves have torn up parts of our country. I mean, what do you think needs to happen for us to move away from that culture of burning and tearing up and killing each other?
Oh man, that is a long question. Of course there needs to be a revolution, because in order to have peace, you first got to have war. And I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. In order for you to get respect, sometimes you gotta slap somebody in the face. Sometimes you gotta handle your business, because some people only understand violence. Some people only understand violence, and that's the culture in which we live, where people mostly understand violence. You'll tell somebody, "Hey, stop playing with me. Don't play with me like that." And until you put hands on them, they're gonna keep playing with you like that. So sometimes violence is a necessary tool to be used. Now, obviously, I seen the videos. People share the videos with me. What's going on in Haiti with the women and the children? That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. I'm not saying that is at no way the road that we should be going down. But in order for us to get on a more unique path, we have to figure out, what do we really want? What do Haitians really want? I hear Haitians saying they tired of this, they tired of that, but what do we really want? What do we want as a people? Right? The people on the island and the people in the diaspora. Do you know we are the third largest ethnic group in the Western Hemisphere, or maybe I think the second largest? The third largest ethnic group behind African Americans, right? And I think Brazilians. We are the third largest ethnic group in the Western Hemisphere. We are in Canada. We are in New York. We are in Boston. We are in Florida. We are in Texas. We are all throughout Chile, Brazil, the third largest group in the Western Hemisphere. We have to really think, what do we want? What do we envision for Haiti? Not just making it a place that we go back to and we send raggedy washers and dryers to, or we go back to go show off when we go back to Haiti for a 2-week vacation, and then we turn around and we have Haitians working clean our homes. Not that. That's white people stuff. That's white people stuff. That we're not doing that. We have to figure out, what do we really want as a culture for our people? What best suits us as a culture for our people? And if it's agriculture, if it's working, if it's selling our goods to our neighbors in the Caribbean, etc., then that just is what it is. But the real issue at hand is that Haiti would never have peace, because Haiti, we was founded on revolution. And let me say this, not to be offensive to anybody, but Haiti not like Jamaica. Haiti not like Trinidad. Haiti not like Barbados or any other country in the Caribbean. We may not be autonomous the way we would like to be autonomous, but we gonna step down. We gonna step down. And other countries like Jamaica, for example, they still got the Queen as the head of state. They still have every other Caribbean country still has like their puppet. They're paying something to France and they're paying something to something else. And Haiti like, nah, we rather tear it up before y'all come take it. And they still taking it, but essentially, to answer your question, to get back around to your question, is we have to figure out what best works for us as a African race of people. There is no reason that mulattoes or white people who came there during World War II are the top 10 richest people in Haiti, and they the ones who dropping guns and controlling. Like, come on, man. But you know what it also starts with too?
Do you think that that's something that realistically we can say we see changing in Haiti anytime soon? Because we're seeing that, and that's just facts, that 1% owns 90% of Haiti almost.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that narrative ever changing, where mulattoes don't own and run more than 80% of Haiti?
I do. I can definitely see that. Um, but again, it all comes down to us being unified in our way of thinking, of how we moving, of how we controlling the island. Because again, nobody's forcing us to buy anything. Nobody's forcing us to buy, and now I'm talking about the American problem, but nobody's forcing us to buy Gucci and Prada. Nobody holding a gun to your head and saying, go get this Lexus and go get this butt implant and go get, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's forcing you to do that. It's your own, you know, inner thing that you're dealing with. You know, shout out to Derville. I heard him talk about he was talking about Thomas Sankara, but what he meant to say is Stephen Biko. Stephen Biko is actually the one who said the greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the oppressed mind. Stephen Biko is actually the one who said that, from South Africa, right? And so until we take our minds back, because that's the greatest weapon that we have, our minds. Until we take our minds back, they always gonna be the 1% ruling over us. You have, again, I always say this when I go to Haiti, and you know my Creole is broken, but I'm there to do things in Haiti, help the people, whatever the case may be, right? Haitians laughing at me. They cracking me. They oh, Jasper, blah, 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 blah. A white person go with the same broken Creole. And they like, oh, blanc con parle Creole. Until you get that self-hating shit out of you, excuse my language, until you get that self-hating crap out of you, we ain't going nowhere. A white person could walk in. You know how many times I see white people walk in the hood with their dogs and they riding their bikes before the community gets gentrified. White people are already there testing it out. They can walk through our neighborhoods. I walk through that same neighborhood and it's like, who you is, nigga? Where you from? I'm like, sir, you didn't see the white man walking before me? Why you didn't stop him? Why are you asking me where I'm from? Until you get that self-hating crap out of you, we ain't going nowhere. It starts with us.
You moved a little fast, because one of my questions tonight for you is the lack of trust we're seeing amongst our people. Even when it's time to reunite, even when it's time for us to stand up for las unions c'est la force, unity is strength, we are separated within at a time where you would say everybody should have been at home with a pen and paper, especially those in leadership position, coming out with a plan. And once we meet, I may not agree with something with you, but it doesn't mean that what you saying we can't assimilate together and create something good for the benefit of our country. I don't Where do you think do you think that the lack of trust go way back within our country here between Haitian people?
That's the number one. That's the number one tool of Yurugu, of a white supremacist, is to create division amongst the people, divide and conquer. Willie Lynch syndrome. You know, play each other against each other. Light skin versus dark skin. Haitian versus Black American. You know, as long as they could keep us at odds, fighting amongst us, you know, it's always going to work. You know, when Haitians first started coming here to the United States, again, re-emerging in the 70s and 80s, there was a lot of stuff on the news about Haitians got AIDS, Haitians do voodoo, Haitians do this. So to a Black American who never really came in contact with Haitians, like, hold on, boy, y'all do some chicken stuff with some stuff. Like, we don't know about that, right? So the tool of the oppressor is to always control the minds of the oppressed. You know, whether it's looking at another Black person as an enemy or as something different. Right. And this is why I don't like to create separation amongst African people, because when you're able to like label someone or put them in a different box, you're able to treat them differently. Right. When you're able to say, oh, you're Haitian, you're able to do something maliciously to that person. When you say, oh, she's just a B, and you didn't internalize her as being a B, you can then treat her like a B. But if you say, oh, no, she's a mother, she's an auntie, those things don't go hand in hand with mistreatment. You can't say, oh, Brother Hassan is a father. You can't mistreat me from a father, because you see that there's something there. But you can mistreat me if you see me as a nigga. Oh, he ain't nothing but a nigga. He a nigga. And niggas do this and niggas do that. Right? So when we internalize these things, the mistreatment goes hand in hand with how you identify the person. So when you look at somebody as, oh, they're just a Black American, oh, they're just Haitian, they're just Jamaican, then you could then treat and dismiss them as such. You know, and this is what we have right now with this whole diaspora wars is going on right now is that people are like, oh, you Nigerian, oh, you ain't this, you ain't that, and that goes in line with the question you asked me about distrust. When you create that distrust amongst the people and you create those imaginary borders in their mind, right? Like Haiti, like when you break down the term Haiti and Puerto Rico actually stands for rich port, right? You go to Cameroon. Cameroon actually it stands for shrimp. It's a Portuguese word for shrimp. Nigeria was named by a white woman, right? But when you take those on as your identification and say I'm a Nigerian, you are now a monstrosity amongst yourself. When you sit there and say I am and I'm not saying anything's technically wrong with saying these things, but they create a schism in your mind, right? That I'm this and you're that. I'm Haitian, you Jamaican. Now we African. We descend from the same thing. We are one. We are one people. And that's what a lot of Pan-Africanists try to get, because when you create that schism in your mind, it's a split. And that creates distrust. But to further answer your question, man, this thing is so deep. But to further answer your question, even when white people don't trust each other, the person they least trust is black people. We are the only people that when we don't trust each other, we'll go trust a white person. We'll go do something.
You taking things out of my mind, because what I'm about to tell you is we're seeing how we are in dispute, like headbutting with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And in my mind, I'm laying in the bed, I'm saying, when I say this, people are so ready to troll me that we need white people to lead this country. Not literally. But why I say that is because we have such a dislike, a distrust towards each other,
Mm-hmm.
that when a white person come here, they could come up with a far-fetched lie and they will be respected. And I was listening to Abner, and today he said the same thing. And I'm like, well, I'm not crazy for the way that I sometimes you see things, because you're right here and you live it in it. And Haitians, we have it big, where we want Haitians to make decisions for Haitians. Well, that's a great idea, sir. We want you guys to, here's the plan, make a decision and get back with us. Oh, you here? Oh, you here? Oh, hell no, she here. And there you go. The whole focus is elsewhere. But if somebody that's not their color steps in, then now you see everyone is ready to make a decision. And we don't want to admit that. But that's very, very, is you can openly see it. Why is that? But then turn around and say, well, we don't want the Americans. We don't want them in our business. But you respect them a lot more than you respect your brother. You respect them a lot more than you respect your sister. Which for me, it makes us, our structure in a way is weakening, because at any time they can send someone to look like what you will respect to mislead you.
Mm-hmm.
So why is that? We don't respect each other. We have a lack of respect for Black people. I could even go further. A lot of people stand against Kenya, the Kenyan police force.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say they would not have been respected, number one, because they were Black. They looked it like us. But if it was the blonde that said they were coming, you would see a different stance because now we have a fear for them. I don't know. You take over. Take over.
So the remember I told you the system of racism and white supremacy works in 9 or 10 areas of human activity that we all participate in, right? So economics, education, entertainment. Now let me just start with the first one: education and entertainment. We have been socialized to believe that white people got all the answers. I have a friend who has a child, and this child came from Haiti, and the first thing is in that child's hand is an iPad every day. And you know what they watching? Mellow Yellow, all those little white kids on YouTube. When you are raised to think Bill the Science Guy, when you are raised to see Sesame Street and all these things of white, just white, 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 Full House, white, 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 white. You are socialized to believe that white people are the only people who have the answers. Every time you turn on TV, even in Haiti, even wherever, white people got the answers. Niggas don't know shit. Y'all can't run no country, right? So when you have a brother Hassan or a brother Durville or yourself coming along and saying, hey, this is what it is, they look at you like it don't register in their mind because it's like all my potent information, everything I've learned, everything I've gained of substance has came from a white person. And now you try to tell me something that goes against. No, it's like you ate pizza your whole life. And then somebody try to give you a salad and say, this is more healthy. You're like, nah, this is all I know. So we have been educated by them, right? Even when you go to Haiti, Haiti has the most Catholic church schools ever. I don't even know why we haven't, why they ain't burning the schools down. Not saying that the children don't deserve schools, but why they ain't.
No, let's not say that because here I represent schools big, so
I
we
understand.
gotta be mindful of the things we say because people take it. And tonight we'll be viral saying we said to do that. And
I'm
believe
not.
me, I don't condone violence,
I'm saying
especially against schools.
why aren't we kicking the Catholic schools out? Let me put it like that.
Yeah,
Why
let's
are
word
we
it better.
we gonna word it better? Why are we still having the Catholic schools teaching our children? And then we wonder why we come out self-hating. We wonder why we can't look at each other and be honest to each other, be real to each other. You could take the most gangsterous dude, killer, gangster killer, put him in a room with a white person, and the white person say, why you kill him? I don't know. You like, whoa, you lie to your mama, your baby mama, your homeboys. This white man come to you and get you in the room and you tell him everything. You show him where the gun at. You tell him how you shot him, everything. You know why? Because you've been raised with white Jesus and you can't lie to your God. Because our brain is associated organism and our brain stores everything as images. So even when you close your eyes and you say Jesus, you still gonna see a blonde haired, blue eyed person. So you have that has been ingrained in your mind. This is why our ancestors wrote in hieroglyphs because they understand your brain stores everything as images. If someone be like, oh, you know, Brother Hassan, you like, They like, man, the tall dude, man, he got like a little pointy nose, he got pink lips. Oh, I know who you're talking about because your brain then sees an image of me. Your brain is associated organism. And since we've been associated to see white, 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 when black comes along, is shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. White is the ruling thing in my mind. Now, I do want to go back and say, I'm not saying attack the schools. I'm saying, why don't we get away from the Catholic schools? Do some African center schools, some Haitian schools, some things
We
that's gonna
we
benefit
need no,
us.
we need more of our people to be willing to be a part of that fight. The thing is, we have given Haiti in a way to them. They're the ones that run. They came in, from what I hear. They started off with at one point you paying a penny for school. Now we know that a lot of these organizations they have deep backings, right? And then all of a sudden to today, their schools are some of the most expensive schools here. But Brother Hassan, as we speak for the Haitian people, we have to put some type of responsibility on the Haitian people as well, because we are the ones that open our doors for these people to come in. How have they came here and been so successful? And Haiti is, we have a lot of intelligent people here that should have been able to see through. what they planted, because you plant something and then it grows, right? Then it becomes a tree that's too, you can't uproot it. We allow things to get this far, and we don't have a government that's speaking for the people. And in a lot of ways, do you know that I see this myself? When it is a white orphanage, and guys, come here and you see for yourself, right? Automatically, they are the best. They get the support, they get the trust. And then months later, years later, you hear all of the atrocious actions that was happening behind all that was happening. But then you have right across the street an organization that's been putting in the work, still putting in the work, still struggling, and cannot get the people to come and genuinely embrace the work in which they're doing. So we have a lot of Catholic schools because we need more of us, smart, intelligent Haitian people to come in, and we start building for Haiti. Start representing the future of Haiti. Not being like everyone else, but offering the children of Haiti an education instead of waiting. See, why they were able to come in is at some point, Brother Hassan, we have to admit we got codependent, we got lazy, we stopped doing the work because in our mind, you know what it is in Haiti? I'm gonna let you speak. If you're not a millionaire, si ou pa un mulat, gen bagay ou pa ka fe. So they will let their skills go to waste. And when you, as the blonde say, come in, you see the need, and it's so easy for you, fruit, to come in with your ill intentions and take off. We need to make ourselves a part of this community and not just get on screen or do whatever and just talk. We need to put ourselves, we need to start doing more to benefit Haiti tomorrow.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. That's definitely something that we have to utilize. We have to use our talents and our efforts. But let me ask you a question, and I want to ask you three questions. So, why do you think that Haitians or African people in general are naive to white people's ill intentions?
But from the beginning, they have been presented to us. No, 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 no. Let me give you an honest answer.
Okay.
I want to say this went back to slavery when we had no opinions, we had no value. So their opinion was imposed on us. And it didn't matter your opinion because you could have been beaten, raped, whatever could have happened to you, you were always wrong. And keep in mind, during the slavery time, not everybody had a vision to be free. Some people had became comfortable with their situation and didn't envision being an independent person. So I think up until today, we see that. When I asked you why we have a trust issue in Haiti, you know what I honestly think? It stems back from slavery time. From when you had a group that was fighting for independence because they were aware of their pain. Then you had a group that was okay in their pain. That became a conflict of interest because you also had the master in your mind telling you that what they were imposing on you was what it was supposed to be. They have brainwashed many of us Black people. And I think that is why now in many Black communities, different languages, you see similarities. It all, in my opinion, stem back from the time when we were enslaved. And up until today, you don't know what tribe you came from. It may manifest in a different way, but that's my opinion.
Okay. Now the next question I would ask, right, is what happens to the people? Because we could talk about a lot.
Can I
There's a
hold
lot.
on a second? Can I give a shout out to a few super chat we have?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys, those who have super chatted. And I hear all of the different, I see the different comments. Gina Turner, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. When No Smoke Clear says we need to stop calling each other Black. The definition of Black means absence. West Indian is a better term. Okay. When the smoke cleared. Gina Turner, again, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Nope, Haiti is totally different. Arlene said, yes, Haiti is different from other islands. I think we all have our differences. Mr. Jackson, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. King Kevin Dorival, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Right on, bro Hassan. Black people, Haitian or not, have been conditioned to hate ourselves and our Black neighbors. It will take 2 to 3 generations of African centered education to love and trust each other. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready for. Hold on one second. We have Gloria. Gloria Sandin Faithway Ministry says the question is why are people the question is why our people are not aware of any other person's uh, intentions, Black or white. I try to read that the best I could. I want to say you're saying the question is why are we not aware of the other person's intentions, whether they're white or Black? I think time can tell that. Maxine, Rob, welcome to the live as well. Rob, welcome. I thought I see my brother Gene was in the live. My brother Gene, how's it going? Good afternoon, Queen Silver Fox. Thank you all so much. If I miss your name, Mubarak, charge it to my eyes and not my heart. Maxine says, okay, let's say cannibalism, why Haitians burning and killing each other. It was designed, guys. What's going on in Haiti, don't, I've said this times before, but we're seeing what was planted. I think it just took a while to grow.
I mean, when people ask questions like that, why are we killing ourselves? I'm gonna start asking them questions. Why Haitians killing themselves? Why girls getting butt implants? Why dudes getting tattoos on their face? Why dudes getting these? You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys, why are we doing any of this stuff? Why are we skin bleaching? It all goes back to self-hatred. It all goes back to self-hatred. Because if I don't look at you as my brother, if I look at you as another N-word, then it's easy for me to pull that trigger and be like one of the things that they were doing in Vietnam, right, is that they would call them gooks. When you were able to dehumanize someone, and that's why Jewish people are very sensitive about them being called any slanderous words. Because when you're able to desensitize someone, dehumanize them to the idea of the person being human, you don't even see them as a human anymore. You see them as something different. then you're able to take advantage of them. If I see you as a black, then I'm gonna treat you like a, you know. So when people start saying, "Oh, why y'all killing each other?" Why they getting booty implants? Self-hatred. Why they skin bleaching? Self-hatred. Like it all goes back to self-hatred. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother rabbit hole
Oh,
to go
another
down.
show.
Whole nother thing to go down. It's the self-hatred in black people. And the thing about it is we do these things and we don't think it's self-hatred. We really don't think that we hate ourselves like, oh no, I just want to excuses. We got to start seeing a thing for a thing. Like I said earlier, we got to start seeing an apple for apple and orange for orange. We got to stop saying, I've seen this video of this girl, she was saying, you know, we say bad things to make them sound cute. Like, oh, I want me a gangster. I want me a slider. I want me a dude who got bodies. And she's like, no, sis, you want a serial killer. Because this dude's in the hood that done killed 4 or 5 dudes. That's a serial killer. You don't want, you know, man, let's call a thing what a thing is. These dudes are serial killers. So we have a way of dressing up things and not dealing with the reality. Oh, I just wanted a bigger butt. For what? What? Your butt is fine. Your nose work. Your butt work. Let it do what it do. You know, but we don't want to deal with self-hatred. We want to skate around it. And that, again, another topic for another time. But the question I wanted to ask you is,
Definitely.
yeah, the question I wanted to ask is, first I'm gonna give a statement, then I'm gonna give a question. So I was watching, there's another gang called Azu in Haiti, right?
Yeah.
Izu, yeah. And so
Mhm.
they were interviewing a lot of the guys that were in this gang, right? Now listen to this. They were interviewing them. And then a lot of the guys came from an orphanage where they were molested. Now, where you think that anger come from? A lot of these dudes in Haiti, and they've been molested, they've been mistreated, they've been it's hard to think when your stomach hungry and you've been molested as a child. That anger that exists in you, you mad, you on an island, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to, you mad. A lot of these dudes have been molested and touched on, and now they're in these gangs, right? What do we do with them? How do we heal them? How do we reach their hearts? I met a woman who survived the 2010 earthquake. Her husband died and her son died. This lady received no mental health. We're not talking about slavery. We're not talking about way back. We're talking about people who watching people get burnt alive in the street today. Who watching people, an earthquake that happened 10 years ago, who's still dealing with the mental effects of that. Who were molested in orphanages yesterday. And you wondering why we flipped off and things are problematic in our minds? Where's the mental health? If white people really wanted to help, send in some therapists. Send in some therapists. Don't send in Jesus because Jesus ain't been answering none of our calls. We don't need Jesus right now.
We need Jesus too. We need Jesus too, but
Put Jesus on call waiting. We don't
I
need Jesus right
agree.
now. We need real, tangible, like it's ridiculous. How, like, you can't pray off being molested. You can't pray that away. You need help. You can't pray off losing your husband and your son in the earthquake and seeing their bodies. You can't pray that away. You need help. Where's the mental health?
You asking me? You want me to speak on it?
I mean, go ahead. I mean, that was, yeah, that was a
Yeah.
question and a statement, but go ahead.
So I want to say that's what encouraged me to even have this platform to invite such an intelligent man like yourself to share with the world. The minute I came into Haiti, that's the first thing I zoomed into. The trauma our people have faced. I'm gonna get to the EZO part, but I'm gonna give you an example. The average little kid in Haiti, and this is stuff like I don't want to start crying. I really don't like to ponder on because I'm here, right here. But the average little kid in Haiti have seen an average of at least, at a minimum, 2 dead bodies. That's for the average. Let's say 1 out of 10 have seen at least a dead body before the age of 15. With the natural disasters here, so many. People have lost family members. They have lost the head of household. Men who depend on their wives have lost their wives. Things are, I say that someone can die that have played a bad role in Haiti, and that's really not a gift to the Haitian people. Because for me, where we are at today, someone, you need to let them live long to see the result of their greed, because the real punishment is going to be the day they stand in front of God and give account for what they did here. So let's go to the EZO guys, right?
Listen, I'm gonna say this, sister.
Mm-hmm.
The respectfully, respectfully, how can I say this? Like us waiting for someone to receive punishment in the afterlife, or waiting even for us to receive better in the afterlife, is one of the things that have kept us stagnant. This
No,
religion that these
hold on.
let
We
me
have
let
to. I'm gonna let you speak because you know I always do.
go ahead.
But one of the things I'm gonna share with you, my brother, I don't know what helped other people, but I'm also not psychotic. But I know where God has brought me from. And I want to always acknowledge God in my life. Now, you hear and you're educating, and it's okay to educate, but I'm not going to denounce God because I got Brother Hassan tonight and he's sharing. Now, you can share. I'm going to tell you something. Not only that, I have love. I bring Muslims, I bring atheists, I bring everybody, and it's okay. I don't never, if you hear from my first live to this live, I never question someone's religion, because keep in mind, our religions stem, our perspectives stem from our experience, from how we was raised. I remember you mentioned racism is taught. Nobody's born racist, right? So
I don't believe that.
for me when I speak, so but you are able to say what you want, but I want to always say I know and I acknowledge where God has brought me from, and everything that I am and will be is because of God. That's me. Now I respect whatever you say, and we're gonna, let's go to Ezo. Um, One of the things I don't advocate more for them being a victim is because of their behavior. They were a victim, and the whole world recognized that. But just because I was a victim, and being a victim, I understand that the pain that I felt was not good. So I shouldn't impose it on others, right? These guys, yes, they are victims. But Brother Hassan, when you've been hurt and you know what it feels like to be cut, then you turn around and you cut one, two, three, you hurt more and more. Do you not think it's difficult now for someone to defend you simply from that pain you went through? Because you got two types of victims. You got one that just can't get over it, and then you got one that go through something that turn around and end up advocating. Yes, they've been through a lot. But when do we recognize that even though I have been through a lot, it doesn't mean I have to impose, I don't have to hurt everybody in my neighborhood. I don't have to add to my community pain. When take over, please.
Well, I didn't get to finish the religion aspect part that I was going to go
Okay.
down. Now,
You
now I'm
can.
not.
You
Now,
can.
now I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you to denounce what you believe in. What I'm saying is, from the problem is, we get emotionally attached to religion instead of logically attached to religion. We don't see religion as a political tool and how it's used. This is why in the United States, these presidents, they go to black churches. They go there and sing the songs. They do all these things. We get emotionally attached to the religion, and then we can't logically see how it's being used against us. Religion has been the binding thing that has kept us. Remember, I asked you, I said, why do you think that Haitians have been so blinded to letting white people in the country? You know why? Because they are missionaries and they come in under the name of Bon Dieu and Jesus. And that's why you got these white people, even in Miami, who be riding around learning Creole to speak to Haitians. What I'm saying is, we get so emotional with religion, we get so attached to it that we can't see how it's used when they come into Haiti. That's what they're using to come in and molest the children. I believe what you want to believe, but the facts is the facts. And
No,
I
I agree with you 100%. Hold on one second. People are just naturally evil, and they're going to find a way to manipulate a group of people to get in and do their evil. There are people, Brother Hassan, that use God to do evil things that they will pay for, because not every Christian is a bad person. So now this is when, like you say, I cannot allow myself to be so either against or for religion to where I'm delusional to the fact that these things happen. But that's human nature. It's not because they are you have Muslims that hurt people, Brother Hassan. You have atheists that don't even believe in God that hurt people. It's not, I learn from you, and I love and admire your brain. So every time I have you here, I learn. But people all over the world hurt people. Yes, it may be maybe 6 out of 10 are Christians, but it's not just Christians who hurt people. They're just manipulating that situation to get in, but it's because of their nature that's a bad person. They were a bad person before they even said the word of God, before they said Allah, before they said Jehovah. They already had an evil spirit running in. They were already a nasty child molester. It wasn't because they became a Christian.
no, I didn't say that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they use the religion. As Farrakhan
Mm-hmm.
once said, you hide behind your religion in order to get in, because they understand African people are spiritual people, right? They understand that we are in tune with our religions. We love our religions, right? We more Christian than the Europeans who brought us Christianity. We more Muslim than the Arabs who brought us Islam. We absolutists. You give us something, we gonna do it better than you do it. So they understand. Yeah, give them the Bible. Yeah, give them the Quran. And when you look at most of the wars that's in Africa, most of the things that's going on, they're led by religious organizations, right? And so they understand that we are absolutists. What I'm saying is, it's a political tool. But believe in what you want to believe in. I can't tell nobody what to be, what Christian or Ifa or voodoo, whatever you want. Believe what you want to believe in, but don't be silly about it. Don't be silly about it. That's my main thing. That's all I'm saying. Be
I
Christian,
agree.
not dumb. Be Christian, not dumb.
I
That's
agree.
it. And a lot of times we allow the religion to make us dumb, to make us not think outside the box. And that's all I'm saying, that is used as a political tool. And we don't see it as that. We would turn around and say, this white man is my brother in Christ. And then look at another black person and say, nigga, get away from me. Like, but I don't want to go too deep into that, because that people that don't want to go too deep in that. But what I do want to say is, back to the Ezo situation. Thank you for allowing me to definitely expound on that. Back to the Ezo situation. There's an African proverb, and we really got to start getting more in tune with our proverbs, because proverbs are very important in how you view the world. They shape your way of thinking. Proverbs are very important. There's an African proverb that says, if a child does not feel the warmth of the village, he'll burn it down so he can feel that warmth. Now, what does that mean? You growing up in Haiti, someone maltraite you, someone molests you, you're not eating right, you're not this, you're not that, and someone gives you an opportunity to be a gang leader or to be a this or to be, and I'm not justifying their behavior. I'm saying when you don't feel the warmth of the community, when you getting whipped with an izwa across your back and you somebody's house servant or whatever situation any Haitian child may grew up in, because it's different dynamics that they grew up in. I've seen them all, right? You don't. It's easy to sell crack in your community when you never felt connected to your community. Does it make sense? It's easy to destroy your community if you never felt like you belonged to the community in the first place. It's easy to be the next Franklin from Snowfall because you're like, I never fit in anyway. It never gave me the love that I wanted. So it's nothing for me to destroy it or to destroy the people that come from it. And that's what's happening in Haiti. So I'm not giving them a way out. I'm saying until they feel the warmth from the community, they're gonna burn it down so they can feel that warmth.
True. Okay. Let me just go back a little bit to the religion. I'm gonna give you an example. um, I meet all sorts of different people, and one of my viewers, I actually lived in her home, and her sister came, and she belonged to a group of people. When I went to meet the group of people, I also met this lady. She's Haitian, and she wanted to speak to me. She wanted to share her testimony. And her testimony was, the pastor prayed over her and told her in the end, not to make a long story short, that to not allow her kids to go to school for 2 years. And I'm with my cousins. And when she said that, instantly I said, don't invite me to pas invite na l'église. Because instantly, what they just, whatever testified for you is something that I don't believe in. An example of how religion intentionally twists the mind of our people on purpose. So when I say, in my house, I will serve the Lord. I do understand that there are some people that misuse religion because, example, when I ask more questions about the pastor, his kids are in the United States. Their peoples are in the States. And can you imagine a pastor in the state telling you not to keep your kid, not to allow your kids to go to school for 2 years? Well, first, we want to know what jail we're going to put you in. For the 2 years, you won't be seeing your child go to school, so you won't know the difference. Okay? We don't have a stable government system at this time to tackle certain situations. So don't allow religion to overtake your mind to where you making decisions, because the Bible doesn't say that. And I don't think that the Bible will ever say that, because in conversation, her kid was like 17, like in the third. It was just a sad, really, really, really sad situation. It was just not the best situation, right? So let's go to, I wrote this down. If a child does not feel the warmth of the village, he will burn it down. I do agree that a child should be raised with love. I do agree that it takes a village to raise a child. For that child to turn around and burn it down, that's kind of, I don't know. I think that's a little extreme. But I'm going to tell you, you've explained what's happening in Haiti. We have these people that come into Haiti that have this power struck about them. They already look at us as if we're dumb, we're stupid. And here they can build their uh, mansion on earth on top of the Haitian's head. So that's what they do. You mentioned from the orphanage. A lot of they're probably the main ones behind these orphanages that's causing these guys these pains. And then turn around years later and say, "Oh, I'm gonna come and fix it. And here's a gun." Brother Hassan, I grew up with friends that had good parents, and they turned out to have life sentence in prison. And I also grew up with a very close friend who had been molested, who had been through a lot. And today, I can say, she grew up with a brother that was severely mentally ill. And today, my friend is very successful. So I want to say, it's from you as a child, every child have their own little personality as well. Because Esau and them are not the first and only ones that's been a victim. Many of our parents that's never shared some of their secrets, they were victims. So for me, half the time is not what happens to us, but it is how we handle what happened to us. That's why we're working on opening a new center, and I'm asking people to be a mentor. And I'm going to have you to be a mentor as well, to talk to these kids because they don't have people stimulating their mind. They don't have people giving them the love. One step further, how can this village give you something that they themselves don't have? Brother Hassan, I was in my 30s when I got my dad to say, "I love you."
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that he didn't love me. He didn't grow up with people telling him that they loved him. And I've heard, like, social media now, I've heard so many other peers say the same thing. How can these people give you something? A lot of what a lot of us know today is because we were blessed to travel out of the United States and learn something different. How can they give you something they never had?
Love is free. Patience is free. Trust is free. Like these are not materialistic things that we're talking about, right? So you can be in a deprivation situation and still practice love amongst ourselves. I'll give you a prime example, right? In my old neighborhood, that was standing, type of project type neighborhood in North Miami, and this young boy named Oliver, right? Oliver, young boy. When I first moved in, he was like 7 or 8. 7 or 8. So I used to always be out there working on my wood and doing things in the community. And I remember one day he came up with his friends. He's like, Baba Hassan. Baba Hassan. Baba means father in West African. He's like, Baba Hassan, my bike needs some air. And I was like, all right, Oliver, no worries. Tomorrow I'm gonna be out here. I'm gonna pump it for you. And then the boy's like, oh, can you go get it right now? The other boy was saying, oh, can you go get it right now? You want to ride the bike? I said, no, I'm gonna be out here tomorrow. I'm gonna pump it for you. And he's like, man, I don't believe you. And then the other Oliver said, no, not Baba Hassan. If he say it, he gonna do it. If he say it, he trust is free. Just keep your word. When we met, sister, I said I'll be there at 6:30. Every time we got on, what time I'm there? 6:25.
It's 20, yes.
6:25. These things are free that we can give to each other. So
That's true.
it don't take nothing from me to keep my word. Okay, sister, I can do it at this day, at this time, at this time. It don't take nothing. It's one interaction at a time that we must build with each other. So that warmness that you feel is just honesty. It's just transparency. It's just trust.
The thing is, we lack that. That's a big issue here. We lack. One of the things, if you can ask me this question, let me go into the audience. Let's hear what some of the people are saying because we have it. MK Ultra, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Thank you. Mr. Jackson, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank both of you guys for the continuous love and support of life in Haiti. MK Ultra says you could get real interviews with political leaders and to promote the charity, yada yada. Yes, guys, and don't forget, guys, if you would like to support the New Learning Center, guys, you may do so by looking into the description and donating to the GoFundMe. If you have more questions, please contact me directly, guys. Life in Haiti needs some journalists and in the field journalists, since mainstream media is pushing a narrative for global corporate groups. You need many more real on the ground reporters and publishers. MK Ultra, that's what I do for you. I just bring it to you from an everyday person's perspective. Keep in
Let
mind,
me
a lot of that time.
may I address that?
Yes.
So you can have 100 reporters on the ground. If Negroes are not internalizing the information, it just becomes entertainment. A lot of us sit around and watch all these things and listening to political heads. And at the end of the day, if your actions as an individual is not changing, I talk to people all the time and they be like, oh, I read this book. Oh, I watched this documentary. I did this. And I'm like, you still acting like that? So information is not the thing. You could hire journalists and do all that stuff running around. If people not internalizing what you're saying, it don't mean nothing. It's some people that it took one thing for the spark in my mind to say, oh, I'm going on the wrong path. I didn't have to have a whole bunch of journalists and tell me. It took one thing for me to hit in my head. Somebody watching this out of 104 people, somebody saying that brother talking the truth. He the truth. You don't. The problem is, again, we see everything from white perspective. Oh, you're not as big as CNN, so you don't do what you doing, sister. Do what you doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Gene says the devil can invite you to do a lot too. Everything you hear from church don't always be from God. That's true. Rob says the main goal is to get Haiti to a better place than what it is now or has been a few years ago. Because to make it like it originally was many moons ago will take work or either a fresh start. Riza Seika, how's it going? If you can put aside the extra and both focus on the main objective, guess who wins? Emmanuel, how's it going, Emmanuel? Big shout out to Brother Hassan. What's your take on FBA? I don't
So
even know what FBA is, but I got to the question, so I asked. You can tell me, what is FBA?
So FBA is a title that was created by a gentleman on social media. Basically, it's another way of calling yourself an African American, a Black American, or etc. The thing about this particular group that identifies as FBA is that, in my opinion, some of them, some. I'm not talking about the. I want to be very clear. I am not talking about the ethnic group of Black Americans. I'm talking about people who believe in the ideology of FBA, the people who believe in the ideology of FBA. A lot of them can be extremists, how they refer to Africans or how they refer to Haitians or etc. Um, to me, I mean, they have a right to their own identity, right? Because who am I to tell someone you can't identify as what you want to identify, whether it's Black American, FBA, that's ADOS, that's your thing, right? But
Mhm.
um, I think at the end of it, it can do more harm than anything. with a lot of the people's ideology that believe in FBA. And that's my simple opinion. Are a lot of things they say about Caribbean people correct? Yes, we do come here in large rates, and we don't get involved in black agendas or black things. Or sometimes we do come over here and we be cooning. Hey, everybody be cooning. Like you got FBA people who be cooning. But that's just a part of white supremacy. It be cooning. Like there is no white domination without black participation. Let me say that again. There is no white domination without black participation. So to think that only Caribbean people or continents of Africans be cooning, nah, everybody be cooning, my G. Everybody be cooning. But again, I respect their right to identify as their own ethnic group, to name themselves. I just think at times it gets a little extreme. And that's my viewpoint on it.
Okay, so now I'm guessing I'm putting it together that FBA are a new way of addressing us blacks.
Black Americans, yeah. So it stands for Foundational Black Americans. Before
Let,
that,
let me ask you this question. Why are we so big on separating black Haitians, black Africans, black, when as a whole, when a white person see us, they see black people. But
that's
we
not
don't.
true. That's not true.
That's not true. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Well, why do we do that?
So white people, depending on where you are, they understand how to manipulate blackness, right? And what I mean by manipulate blackness is they understand that our experience, our psychology is not the same as black Americans. So when we come here and a white person's like, oh, you Haitian? Oh, you not like the black Americans. So, oh, you could do good. Or you do, they juice our head up, right? They juice our head up.
Mhm.
Where it's like now we like, oh yeah, I come here and I do this and I'm the boss, and black Americans ain't do nothing and they just been here for 400 years, until white people come back and take little Haiti, until Haitians become the biggest gang in the state of Florida, right? So we get juiced up. But again, white people have an idea that culturally we are different, and so they manipulate and use our blackness against one another. Oh, you're not like them immigrants. You a black American. Your family built this country. Blah 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 blah. Like they play these games in our minds, and that keeps us essentially fighting amongst each other. So yeah, we are one, but they understand. They understand their Negroes. Let me say it like that, and they know how to make their Negroes fight amongst each other. Okay, they have turned the world into a big plantation, and the United States is the big house. Everybody want to get into the big house. All the other Africans, they in the field, right? They picking cotton, and all the other Negroes is trying to get into the big house. And so they understand it's the plantation mentality. So yeah, we are one, but they understand how to pick us apart.
Wow. Okay. When the smoke clears, thank you for tuning in, guys. If you've yet to subscribe to the channel, if you've yet to like, please subscribe, please like. And if you have social media, please share. Share it on your WhatsApp status, share it on Facebook, on Instagram, on X. Or if we have more content creators, share it to your community posts, guys. When the smoke clears says she said it, there are good and bad in every aspect of life. Murmurex says God is within us all, which means you are God and don't even know it. You're looking for something outside of you, but it's been in you the whole time. Hurt people, hurt people. Marcus Garvey was cool with people practicing any religion as long as they African first. Glenn says, Rob, correct. I'm not putting my beliefs onto anyone else. Just like I don't want nobody to do that to me. Um,
Let me make a statement on that right quick. So
Mhm.
automatically, once you accept the religion, you automatically, because our religions, all Abrahamic religions, come out of the framework and ideology of European superiority. All of them. Right now, we're speaking English. Am I English, man? No. Most of us have French last names. Are we French? No. So we can connect all those things to slavery. The languages we speak, right or wrong. The languages, our last names, our cultures for the most part. But when it gets to religion, oh no, stop. I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me my religion comes from slavery. I don't want to hear that. So that level of thinking has stopped us from realizing that if it was really good for us, white people would have kept it to themselves. I'm just being honest with you. Anything good for them, anything good for us, they would have kept to themselves. Right now, we're speaking in the English language. We speak in these languages. You could talk to a black Cuban and they'll look at you like, I'm Spanish. And you're like, no, you speak Spanish. You're black. You're African, right? That's undeniable. But to them, because their language that they speak, they identify with who they are. Because of the religion that has been given to us by the slave master, we identify that as a part of us. And it comes from slavery. We didn't come here as Christians. We did not come here as Christians. We didn't come here as Jean Baptiste, Williams, Brown, Buckners. We didn't come here as that. But we can accept that. But right when it comes to religion, we put our hands up and say, we don't want to hear that no more. Don't tell me about that.
I noticed that in Haiti, we have adapted an attitude that anyone who is successful is the enemy. Anyone who is consistent is the enemy. Give you a quick example. We need investors to come to Haiti. We don't mean any investors, but we need serious investors, which is serious people. And in order to get these type of serious people to be willing to invest, they have to feel safe. They have to have a level of security to come here. But we're seeing for a very long time in Haiti that whenever someone is successful, they automatically equate that as the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
M'di lan kreol. Depou an moun genyen un sikse nan peyi a, li se elmi peyi a.
Mm-hmm.
Ouè ke moun komanse rayil. Ouè ke kounya moun nan pa ka viv an la pe. Toujou genyen un rayisman ki kampe an fas moun sa paske yo posede un bagay. Ki sa ou ka di pepla? What is an advice that you can tell to the people? Paske nou vin mette nan tet nou ke tout moun ki gen sikse, se simplement yo menm kap kraze peyi a, se kounya problem peyi a, se un problem malere liye simplement. Pendant se tan tout moun ka, problem Haiti an, mwen pa la pou m'pale pou aucun moun exactement, problem nan peyi sa, se un problem tout moun. Malere pa pran la ri, chen chat, an pa nan la ri. Pou ki sa ke an pil moun kounye ya, yo facilement rayi yon ak lot pou sa lot posede nan peyi ya. Exemple, lo ap gade video, yo ale yo kaze business moun, yo fè se si, yo fè se lot bo. Pendant se tan, mpa konon ken moun personnellement, men konen nan tout kem ki dim ke se pa tout moun ki gen un niveau de sikse nan peyi a ki un mouve moun. Men pepla vin mette tout moun ki gen un sikse nan peyi a, ki accomplish un bagay, ke pou yo celebre moun sa yo paske nou bezwen plis pou yo ka exemple pou jenerasyon ki ap vini an. Yo vin wè ou kom ou elmi, yo vle kraze yo vle brise yo. Sa se un bagay mwen pa ka kompran paske nan eta peyi sa ye jodi an. We need people that have money to invest. We need the Haitian people to understand when we tear up what we have like this, we already borrowed.
Hmm.
We already borrowed to build what we did have. Half of it we're not even done paying for. And now we back to square one. Why, Brother Hassan? Why? For the life of me, why do we hate to see anything positive happening?
So W.E.B. Du Bois came up with a sociology term called double consciousness. He wrote this in his book, The Soul of Black Folks. I'm going to say it again, double consciousness. And double consciousness is a psychological phenomenon where one sees themselves through the eyes of their oppressor. The African sees his culture, his history, his hair texture, his skin color through the eyes of white people. This is why we can make jokes and say, "Yo, black ass." What's funny about that? I'm black, you black, right? But that's the thing that a white person would say to us. So we have internalized white racism so much that if a black person is successful, nigga, where you got that money from? You stole it. Why are you around here doing this? Because white people don't believe we should be successful. Therefore, black people can't see us being successful because we have internalized white racism so much, double consciousness. It's the phenomena of seeing ourselves as white people. We are little white supremacists. Self-hatred. It always go back to self-hatred. Black on black violence, hating on other black people, until you kill that little white man inside of you. Until you kill that white man inside of you, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not about changing your exterior, wearing Malcolm X shirts and dreads and doing locks in your hair and doing, but you're still nasty inside. Yeah, you wearing dashikis. Yeah, you wearing African clothing and the unks and this and that, but you still a dirty son of a something inside your soul. Until you clean that soul, it ain't gonna work. And a lot of us think we can just change the outside and not clean up the inside. It's an internal thing.
May I ask, what investments do you think would help Haiti economy today?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not too worried about Haiti being an economy. I'm worried about Haiti being self-sufficient, right? So for me, being a part of the economy is like, put it like this, right? Put it like this. Why do we have to be a part of their game? Why do we have to be a part of their game? Who says how much Haiti's money is worth? These people just make up stuff and say, "Oh, your dollar is $5 to my dollar. Your dollar is $20 to my dollar." They never gonna say, "Oh, well, Haiti has iridium. Haiti has gold. Haiti has this. So how about Haiti dollar is neck and neck with the European Union dollar?" They're not gonna say that. Why do we have to be a part of their game? Why do we have to feel like we have to economically compete with them? Nah, how about I just don't want to play? How about we gonna focus on agriculture? How about we gonna focus on STEM? How about we gonna focus on this? Y'all do what y'all do, because every time we try to play in y'all game, y'all sabotaging, y'all doing monkey business. We don't have time for monkey business. We have time for survival. We have time for training. We have time for educating ourselves, but we don't have time for monkey business. And y'all doing monkey business.
You bring up agriculture. Our farmers have complained about the price of fertilizer since the US had the tariff to be dropped from 50% to 3, and I think today it may be nothing, okay? So now the price of fertilizer is very expensive in Haiti to get agriculture back booming. Like, how do you think the Haitian people can regain that control? Because the Haitian people is ready to work, but the port now, the average Haitian person don't have easy access to the port. Imagine they're coming in making millions, selling us less uh, quality of things, and here you are trying to make good quality, but you cannot get the material in which you need at a decent price. How do you
So
foresee agriculture to be back booming in Haiti when the farmers, I mean, it's a fight for them to get what they need to work the land?
understandable. So I was a lot of people don't know this, but out of all of the Caribbean, and I want y'all to research this. Don't just be up here listening to me talk. Research everything I'm saying from W.E. Du Bois. Out of the Caribbean, Haitians send the most money back home to Haiti. The most money. Back when there was phone cards, right? Back when they was using the phone cards to call Haiti, Haiti was the killing it when it came to these phone cards, making it $1 trillion industry. Now, thankfully, WhatsApp, somebody came up with a great idea of WhatsApp, but we don't even need the phone cards no more. We can call back home. We are living in a technological age. That's one innovation, something that we should be thinking about for the future of Haiti, right? How do we sustain ourselves in that way? But also, all the money we send back to Haiti, you telling me we can't come together and say, Haitian farmers of America, we're going to build this farm. We're going to send fertilizer to Haiti. We're going to send our own stuff to Haiti. We're going to start, and then we're going to start buying the land and doing these things ourselves. Ourselves. Of course, we know the people back home to some degree, they can't do it, but we send so much. I know people who work and half their check go to Haiti, myself included. And I don't even really have family like that in Haiti. And we
Hold on
sending money back home.
1 second, my brother. But do you think that the Haitian people can ever gain control of the U.S. sending in so much rice? We've gotten the apology, but when are we going to see the actual correction? When are we going to see them pull back and start allowing us to establish? How do you think, how do we get that started? You have a lot of people saying, well, Haiti needs to be self-sufficient, yada, yada, yada. And a lot of Haitian people are saying, we want to be self-sufficient. You hear people saying, well, America is tired of taking care of you. Well, Haitian, they want to be self-sufficient. They don't want to be dependent. But the way the system is designed today, everything in which you need, you have to wait on your oppressors. And they are giving it to you at their price. Do you think that it would ever come a point where there is a serious meeting to say, hey, either the tariffs go back up or you guys lower the prices on this for the Haitian people? So temporarily we're doing business here, but the objective is to be able to promote our own, not only to ourselves, but to the world.
Mm. So no great plan is sufficient without a theory, right? And I'm not advocating for this, but I'm speaking out loud. So don't take what I'm saying, and I like to make emphasis on that. If we recognize that the United States, right, is just totally not wanting to be self-sufficient, why don't we start talking to other European countries? Maybe Russia, right? This is what kept Cuba so afloat for so long, right? We got to start broadening. Like, how long is our Bush gonna be on the United States day at? We recognize like they ain't rocking with you, son. Maybe you got to start branching out. You see what Russia's doing in Africa right now with other African countries, right? They're like, yeah. And I'm not saying to make the white man your Jesus and your God and they're the only people that's gonna fix our problems. But if we're talking about, phone about to die. But if we're talking about solutions and tangible things that we can really look to the future for, maybe it might be time to start talking to China. Maybe it might be time to start talking to Russia. The United States ain't rocking with you, man. It's like a relationship that the girl keep dumping you. You keep running back to her. How long? since Thomas Jefferson, the 1800s. Maybe it's time to start talking to some people who got equal weaponry as them, and etc. And the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And I also want to say this.
I want to say this. We can't barely handle the United States, and I am all for us doing something different.
Right.
But even if we go and establish a relationship with Russia, do you not think that Russia is going to expect something from us? Do you think that they've been working and saving money for us? Do you think that it's not going to come with some string attached? Because I'm hearing this, and of course we need a different relationship. But do we want to? I mean, I'm just thinking in my mind because Russia, I don't know. But do you think that they wouldn't expect something from us, Brother Hassan? Do you think they wouldn't take from us as well? You think they'll just give us for free?
I think if Haiti really wanted to, it could be the new Cuba, the old Cuba. Actually, I'm saying the new Cuba, as in doing business with Russia. How Cuba was thriving. I think right now that if we playing chess and we recognize that these people are at war to some degree, right? And these people have not been catering to what we need, then maybe we need to go talk to the other side of the board and see what they can do, right? This is why people like Thomas Sankara and things like that became a threat, because there's like, maybe communism is the way, right? And this is one of the ways that Papa Doc was able to extort millions from the United States government. Not saying, Papa Doc was the greatest, but he was able to extort because he was like, you know what? Maybe I might start messing with Russia. And John F. Kennedy was like, oh, keep giving him, paying him, paying him, paying him, paying him, paying him. And he extorted millions from the United States just at the thought of him doing business with Russia, right? So maybe it's time to maybe invite somebody else to the dance. That's all I'm saying. I'm theories and projecting. I'm not saying it's going to be a end all be all, because I begin what must be done for Africans must be done by Africans. I totally believe in that. But at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta weigh your options. I also want to say this. A few years ago, talking about the fertilizer and rice situation, a few years ago, do you know that Jamaica and Haiti, their underworld was shipping guns for rice? Haiti was sending guns to Jamaica, and Jamaica was sending rice for guns. If we could
I thought
create,
it was marijuana, probably for guns.
I mean,
I didn't know it was rice.
yeah. Look this up. So this is the real thing. They were shipping. So if we can, there's things that we can do that we don't have to be like. I remember a hurricane happened not too long ago in the Bahamas, maybe like 3-4 years ago. My friend, his dad had a boat. You know what we did? We hopped on a boat in the middle of the night and we went to the Bahamas. We brought clothes, water, things like that. Coast Guard didn't catch us. It's things that we can do. We don't have to be cookie cutter about it. And I don't want to say too much online, but if you had Jamaicans sending stuff to Haiti and they send it, like, it's things that we can do. White people are not God. They're not going to catch everything. They're not going to be. There's things that we can do. Let me just say that, because I want you to be able to save this live. I want you to be able to save it.
I want to say, I had one last question. Why do you think the Democrats cannot come to an agreement and at somewhat of a battle with the funds? I think it's 300 and something million that is supposed to be released for aid to Haiti, and the Democrats is saying they yes, but then Republicans are saying no, and I guess Kenyans is saying that they're not. Do you know much about that? The question that I'm even asking.
I really don't get into the Democrat and Republican
I
thing.
understand.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's all two snakes on the same head. They playing games. You know what it is? Is hot potato racism. No, he's the racist. So he's the racist. But both y'all racist. So I don't really get into that. Because at the end of the day, it's all white supremacy. Let's just be real. We didn't vote our way out of slavery. Black Americans didn't vote their way out of slavery. Haitians didn't vote their way out of slavery. They had to fight and take for everything that we received, either here or anywhere else. There is not going to be a time where white people are going to let you vote or educate yourself out of your oppression. That's just not going to happen. Powerful people, as John Henry Clark said, powerful people do not teach powerless people how to gain power. You have to gain it on your own.
I thank you so much for joining me. I hear you telling you said that your phone is about to die.
Yeah.
Any last word for tonight, Brother Hassan? It's always a pleasure to have you come on to the show. Any last words that you'd like to share? Did you have a last question for me?
Um, I'm make a statement and then I'm gonna end out. So David Walker's appeal. David Walker was an abolitionist, slave abolitionist in America. And one of the things he said in his book, David Walker's Appeal, he said Haiti is the shining light for the black world, but is a terror to the white world. And if Haiti is not careful, at the slightest chance that the United States get, they will injure Haiti and continue to injure Haiti. He said that in 1825, David Walker's Appeal. Look that up. He said in 1825, as soon as these white people get a chance to hurt Haiti, they're going to hurt Haiti. And they have been doing that since the 1800s. I want to say that I could get up here and talk every night. I can get up here and talk. I can do this every night. This is what I do. I live this. I just don't jump online and talk. This is who I am in real life. But the change for anybody that's listening comes within yourself. It's something internal that you gotta change. And look, even in doing this, I've been backstabbed. I've been, disrespected, played with, people in this so-called community that I thought were cool, did things behind my back. But that's not ever going to stop me from being black, because the day I give up on blackness is the day I give up on me. And so I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight until I become an ancestor. You're going to face adversity. Whether you believe in black consciousness, whether you believe in African centeredness, whether you believe in whatever you believe in, you're going to have to fight. A lot of us don't think that we're gonna have to fight. We're going to have to fight, whether it be spiritually, mentally, etc. It doesn't matter. You're in a fight. You didn't choose to be in it, but you're in a fight. Martin Luther King once said, "There will be those who will not fight for freedom, but will gladly accept it when it comes." There are a lot of people who won't speak about what's going on, who won't post, and a lot of Haitian pages who love some white people, and they don't understand the damage that they're doing by brainwashing our people with all these white Haitians singing these songs, guitars and food and cooking. They don't know what they're doing. They're further bringing us down into the self-hatred. And then you get Haitians, shut up, you're not Haitian. Oh, white people can be Haitians. And then that creates more fighting amongst us. Instead of praising black people, 95% of our culture is from Africa. Haitian culture is African culture. Nothing about our culture is white. And what I mean by that is that what have mulattoes and mixed race people or white people brought to the Haitian culture? It comes from Africa. It has a twist and a spin on it, but it comes from Africa. Bringing it back around, these Haitian pages are destroying our mindset with all the stuff they posted, the 10 that they posted on these pages. And most of them got white boyfriends, white girlfriends. Most of them are white people behind these pages. Some of the biggest Haitian pages are married to white people. But we don't see that. We don't see how that's politically setting us back as a people. How to mentally destroy us. Again, remember, racism, white supremacy, economics, education, entertainment. Social media is entertainment. So the way that you could tell if someone is an African or a Negro, you give them something and see what they do to it. You have your platform, you use it to better bring enlightenment and things like that. Other people use it for shenanigans. So what I'm saying is, just to round it all out, I could get up here all night. My sister could get up here all night. Brother Dorville could get up here all night. Umar Johnson, everybody could speak here all night. But the change starts with you in your inside. If you don't change, nothing changes. We be wanting change, but we don't want to change. We want the world to change, but we don't want to change. You have to be the change that you want to see, whether in Haiti, whether in Jamaica, whether in America, whether in the Bahamas. If you want to change, you have to be the change you want to see. When I go back to my old neighborhood and they be smoking weed and drinking, and I'm not trying to be funny, they be like, "Oh, brother Hassan here, put that down. You know, he don't smoke, he don't drink." But these are dudes I grew up with. These are dudes I ran the streets with. But because I changed, they see me different. "Oh, what's up, brother Hassan?" I'm like, stop, it's me. But because I changed, they changed because of my change. They treat me different. If you want change, you have to change. Nothing's going to change. I'm not here to change the way white people see us. I'm here to change the way we see ourselves in connection to white people and the world. I don't care what white people think about us. I care what we think about ourselves, because that's the only thing that matters. When we start thinking highly of ourselves and when we start standing on our own business, as they say in Atlanta, on our business, then we can be as powerful as we need. But until we change, nothing gonna change. We're gonna just keep begging and prophesizing and don't. We have to change, and that's it.
I agree with you, my brother, 100%. And I want to thank you. I think the last time you were here, I was celebrating 22K, right?
But I don't remember.
Today, guys, I forgot to completely mention, but I noticed that some people sent messages congratulating the channel on 24K. I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for liking, for sharing, for watching, for interacting. Thank you all so, so much. No channel on YouTube grows without you as a viewer. If you have an idea of interviews or content, I always tell you guys, leave me a comment below, guys. Share ideas. You can hit me up via email. You can also hit me up on Life in Haiti on Facebook. You can do so as well on Instagram. Thank you so, so much, Brother Hassan.
My pleasure.
When are you gonna come out with the book before we go?
So I'm working with the illustrator again. It's a workbook, and then I'm slowly working on my book From Malcolm to Me, which is kind of sort of a biopic, but it talks about how racism, white supremacy affects black men in particular. How we're targeted, right? Because the same system that made Malcolm is the same system that made me, right? So like someone who was going down a wrong path, who was given some information, now going on the right path. So just talking about those things and relationships, I didn't think it was this tough to write a book because I want to be able to reach all demographics. Like I want to be able to reach the dude in the hood who never really picked up a book before, but I also want to reach the intellectual who's read many books, right? So a lot of the language is slowing me down. How far do I go? How deep do I go? I understand sometimes when I speak, and this is not to be sound arrogant, but maybe I speak fast or some people might not understand, because here's the thing about it. Everyone's never heard racism and white supremacy. Like this is new to some people. So when you saying the things that I be saying, some people are like, "Oh, I never heard that before," or "I never." So I want to be universal, so black people can understand on a universal, from the dude in the hood to the dude that's working in corporate. I want us to be on that same plateau, if that makes sense. So a lot of language is slowing me down from finishing up the book, but it will be eventually done with the blessings of the ancestors. Thank you for asking, though.
You're welcome. And whenever you do get it together, be sure you give me a call so that way I can help you promote. And you need to send some books to Haiti as well so I can put it in the learning center for our kids. And if you
Yes,
can get it translated to Creole, it would be even better.
yeah, definitely. I am slowly working on that, because a lot of this stuff, a lot of things I do come out of my pocket, right? And I'm not rich at all, and so a lot of things I pay for personally, and a lot of times it's not as lucrative as you would like it to be, because it's for whatever reason it might be. So everything, since I'm paying for everything out of my pocket, it's a slow process.
Slow process.
Yeah.
No, I understand. Definitely, I understand. But whenever you do, you be sure to let me know so I can help you to push it, okay?
I will.
And hopefully
Thank you.
you'll be able to get some funds.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. You have a blessed night, okay?
I will. I will. Abidi Forte, Sante Sana for having me on the show. Ubuntu, I am because you are. Without me, there is no you. Without the people watching, there is no us. And so, in order to be a teacher, you need students. Ubuntu, I am because you are. Abidi Forte, Asante Sana, which means thank you very much. And merci. So,
Thank you, my brother. Merci en pile. N'a parlé.
all right. Good night.
Good night. Thank you guys for such a wonderful show tonight. Miss Patricia, thank you so much for stopping by on the live tonight. Can a moderator share the GoFundMe? Someone asked how they could support and assist with the Learning Center. Guys, please share the GoFundMe as well with others. Uni, thank you for joining. Thank you guys so much on 24K. It's not, for some, it could be easy, guys, and you wake up and you viral overnight. But some of you guys who have been following the channel since day one, you guys know it has been a process. So I just want to tell you guys, I love you all. I thank you all so much. Brother Hassan said something that I share almost every night when I'm live. Be the change that you want to see. You want to see better things happening in your community. Take that stance. Stand against the odds. Be that change. Exemplify that change, guys. Especially in countries like Haiti and other places, we need different examples than what children are seeing if we want to see a different tomorrow. So, guys, thank you all so much. Be kind to one another. Tell somebody you love them. Thank you for all the super chatters. Thank you for tuning in. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to spend that time with me on Life in Haiti. Thank you all so much. I'll see you guys again Tuesday night, and we'll be back talking about Haiti. Love you all so much, guys. Until next time.